Hey everyone, welcome back. You're watching Astral Lady Tarot. My name is Anna. I'm a tarot reader from Amsterdam. This video was requested. I made a deck last year, Magical Guidance Cards. It's up to order. It's print on demand on Make Playing Cards, a website us tarot readers enjoy when you like, the special kind of decks. And it's not a tarot deck, it's not an oracle deck, although it can be used as oracle. But today I'm going to show you a spread that I've made. It's really easy, pretty straightforward on how to build ritual using magical guidance cards. So I got myself a coffee. Before we're getting into that, I want to update you a little bit. If you like magical guidance cards, I have my deck right here. It's great, by the way, seeing the orders going up, seeing people, or hearing mostly, that you guys appreciate this deck. This is the version that I have. So, there's the photos that I took and edited throughout the whole of 2023. And then on the back side, I have the words that go with it, and then plenty of blank space as well, so that you can add your own stuff if it fits with the image. It's a 90 card deck. As you can see, it's on the smaller side, but that's definitely what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going through this whole spring cleaning kind of thing, even though today it's hella rainy. It's okay though. I've had a wonderful week and lots of sunshine too, so your girl's happy. Anyway, I was gonna say, I got rid of some old clothes, and I keep clothes with actual physical holes in them just because I like them so much and I still see that there's a use in it. And also, I like punk rock music and stuff like that. So holes in clothes can be a style in my reality. So holes usually and rips and tears, they don't bother me, especially when they're not intentional. So that just adds to, this is how much I like this shirt and I'm gonna wear it, Sometimes though, it doesn't look good, especially the fast fashion, no hate to that because I shop at H&M for the basics, I guess. But at some point, I had to get rid of quite a few clothes. I'm also culling decks, by the way. I will probably repost it on Instagram or actually put them on eBay because they actually are worth quite a bit. It's just, the whole thing that I like to use my decks. I have a reason for talking about this. I made Magical Guidance Cards merch. Again, this deck came into being because I wanted this deck for myself. Then halfway through the process, I thought people might like this. And so I made 3 different versions so that you have options. And well, there you go. I have what I want and people appreciate it. I get a little bit compensated for the hard work that I put in. I think everybody's happy. I hope so, at least. I'm happy. Then, since I got rid of some of my clothes that were just falling apart, I realized I want a sweater with one of my cards on it. How cool would it be to have, one of those good tote bags with 2 of my favorite cards on each side? So basically this artwork, but then on apparel. Then I realized the abracadabra card would be great on a notebook. So I made a notebook. And on phone case. So I made phone cases, Samsung, iPhone. That's how that happened. So I will link it and you'll be able to, check it out. Just a little warning, I was surprised by how expensive that stuff actually is. The initial product price is already very high. Just consider that I've set the amount that it costs the consumer to me making a little under €5 a piece. Same for this deck. So very small percentage of what the product actually is worth, but I'm happy with that. I think it's okay, and it shouldn't be too expensive. It's just, I'm just telling you, like the price of the hoodie that I ordered for myself, pretty on the higher side for my liking. But you get a special clothing, you know. So I made quite a few sweaters with the dark moon lights off card on it, because it's loungewear, it's relax wear. And when the dark moon is there, that's a time to introspect, to go inwards, to spend time with yourself. So relax wear, I think, is the way to go. So I will obviously show you when it finally gets here what I ordered for myself. And then, you know, let me know if you like something and ordered it for yourself. Then I also made a smaller tote bag, more like, this stuff is very dark, it's all black base. The other thing is more of a natural canvas, which is a whole other line, if you will. It's basically Rider-Waite-Smith cards. I made a tote bag and a camping mug. Camping mug because I go on camper van adventures. So that made sense to me. And then also another mug, a more cozy mug, and like a stainless steel flask with images from this old vintage deck that I colored in. Now, when I received this deck, this is actually a black and white deck. Some of the majors were already colored in, and so it was really no salvaging. So I decided to make it into a project and color in all the majors. I mean, the colors, they're really cute. It's an absolutely unusable deck, but it's a vintage thing, and I showed you on my channel. I will link it. I made some merch. I don't know another word for that. Merch using this deck as well. Then I uploaded the whole deck on Make Playing Cards. So now I have 2 decks there. Actually, technically 4, but 3 versions of Magical Guidance card, the dark deck, and then 1 version which is very small, bridge sized, of this deck that I call Anna's Vintage Pocket Tarot. Yes, pocket, because the files are small and I want it to be good quality, and I can't wait to receive my first copy and show you how it turns out. See, I'm actually getting rid of some Smith-Waite decks, so I decided to just get my own in a format that's travel size, pocket, however you choose to call that, and actually on good cardstock that you can shuffle. So I'll update you once it's here. Let's just get into the building ritual spread. Okay, here we are. So first little disclaimer, I'm not telling you to buy my deck. I mean, I love to see that many orders coming in. Every time an order comes in as a creator, you receive a message, an email from Make Playing Cards, and really, honestly, every time I just do a little dance. It's just so much fun to see, you know, your product being appreciated so much. The disclaimer is I like it when you guys, you know, get this thing that I've made. I've put a lot of myself into. It's just the deck that I wanted to have, and so I made it because it wasn't on the market, basically. You can do this with another deck, okay? It's not exclusive to this deck. I would say this deck is made for the purpose of magical, practical work. Every card is infused with the energy that it represents. You know, so here, for instance, I made a sigil on the sole of one of my boots in chalk, and sigil, talisman, amulet, lucky charm, luck. It was made with that intention to bring me that protection and luck, and it's on the sole of the right foot, I believe. You know, like, there's intention in it. Here with scrying, I was actually scrying, etc. So I would say that enhances it, but maybe that's personal to me, obviously. Here's the thing. You can look through these cards and see if there's actually something that you want to manifest, something that you want to do that is part of this deck. So here we have play, enjoyment, game of chance. That could be your goal, okay? So your goal you put in the middle. Or, obviously, different options. You write it down on a piece of paper, you put the paper in the middle. Option number 3 is actually putting a tarot card in the middle. That represents your goal, okay? The middle is what you want to do or manifest or bring in, right? That's representative of exactly that. Then you shuffle the deck. Again, with this deck, Magical Guidance Cards, there are no rules. So here you are also allowed, you're allowed to do anything you want with this deck, obviously, but you are also allowed to look through the deck and pick the cards intentionally that you want to use. If you want to leave it up to chance, the sacred randomness that is the world of tarot and oracle, then just shuffle and see what comes up. Again, no set rules. You can listen to the synchronicity that you get here, or if a particular card doesn't suit your needs or doesn't apply, in your opinion, to this sort of spell work, ritual work, then you're obviously allowed to pick a second one and see if that fits better, and third one, etc. Right? I'm just saying this is how I work with it. It's very free. No such rules as I apply to, tarot readings where you, in my opinion, in my ethics, you cannot pull a bad card, a card that doesn't apply. The cards always apply. The cards are always right. And when you believe in that, that's when you start to grow and develop. I mean, that's what I think. So here, middle is what you want to do. Below, oh, look at that. Vision board, world building, visualize, etc., etc. Concentration. And this is a collage I made. Isn't that cute? Okay. Below is, let me zoom out a little bit more there. Since I put a tarot card there, well, let's do this. Below is your building block. You guys know by now, I mean, if you've been here a long time and you saw my first few videos, I like tarot spreads and just card spreads that also actually show what the spread positions represent. So I'm not going to go below, etc. I'm not going to go like card 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's just a line or something. This makes sense, right? Visually, it inspires. So the below card is the building block. So how you build up energy for your spell work, for your ritual, for your intention work. It carries the working. So this is the foundation. It's very important. And I mean, this card, it makes sense to me how you, with a vision board, so you can actually physically do that, or just focus, visualize, concentrate, right? That definitely makes sense to starting off this ritual, and it carries the working. Then let's see. Here's the second card. On the left is how to start. Actually, that's what I put. So this is a fractal I've made, and this can be a great way, combination with the concentration or vision board card, to build up that energy, bring up that energy. So here we have fractal, key, gateway, portal. So basically you're opening up the energies to get to where you want to go, or bring that energy in. Let me explain everything. I chose the left because in the Western world we read from left to right, and therefore it's custom to have past, present, future type of tarot spreads, right? Even though I don't actually tend to do that spread, I'm not so much of a predictive reader, past, present, future, it still makes sense to read from left to right. So left is the beginning still, it's how to start. How to build up energy, right? The foundation. How to start. Then on top we have, oh, interesting, fabric, stitch, and pouch. This is all stuff I've made. This is above, and that is the core of your spell. So, this is very much hands-on magic, I would say. Some people call it low magic, and I'm okay with that because it's very intuitive and kind of folk magic-y, and you use your hands and you put intention intention into it, and you can get into the conversation of what exactly is magic anyway, just like what is art, right? But let's not get into that. This is the stitching, you know. So above is the core of your spell. It's what keeps coming back and what drives it, basically. It's an arrow forwards. Isn't that nice? So we got vision, fractal, opening up portals, basically. And then you could do, yeah, some, what did it say? Some stitching work, or you can make a pouch, bring in your own stuff like herbs or crystals that you could actually put in the pouch. Something with fabric. This could also be, by the way, just throwing it out there, really good card to indicate that you stitch a little sigil or a word or maybe even a number inside your clothes. So like maybe in your sleeve, or you know what I mean, on the inside of your bag, something like that. It's very powerful, so that you can actually walk around this earth holding that energy, so that whatever you want happening, there's more chance of it finding you, and you are wearing it, and you are actually always, every time you wear it, fueling it with your energy. And then on the right is interesting, how to wrap it up. So how to close the spell, because I think that's also very important. I always thank, whether I work with guides or whatever, there's always in my, well, yeah, in my ideas, always something that is listening and receiving that energy that you're putting out. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't this beautiful? Anyway, this is the Moon Magic card, Moon, Water, and Phases. So I would interpret this, but of course, again, feel free to do your own thing. I would interpret this as wait for the appropriate, in your opinion, moon phase to actually wrap it up and finish it, so that it's maybe this indicates you do it for one full cycle, right? And you're supposed to start when you feel that you can put in the focus and the visualization, etc. You go through these steps, you keep this in mind, obviously, and you end when the moon phase is in alignment with your wish. I think for something that applies with the lovers, could very well be full moon. This can really be anything you want it to be. Do it in your own way, you know, it's just a suggestion, and people wanted to see which spread I made with the deck I've made. Feel free to use it. Let me know how it works out for you. This is also what it can look like. Or maybe you work better with words. And there you go. Boundaries, end, stop, close, cord cutting, and break bonds. This is another good way of really focusing and honing in on what you want. Let me wrap it up by saying thank you all for supporting my work, for ordering this deck or the merch or the other deck or that merch. It's really cool to see. If you're not interested in physical objects at all and you do want to support my work, I also have a Patreon, and I upload 2 or 3 times a month on there at the moment. It's much more personal, and I feel like I'm talking to a close friend when I'm on Patreon. And YouTube, I know that there's, you know, like a bigger group of people that I'm trying to connect with. But initially, it's just more of my work, and it would be great to see you on there as well. So thanks beforehand, and obviously thanks to my current patrons. You are greatly appreciated. I wonder if you guys have seen my previous video, which I will link in the screen because I'm hella proud of that video. Due to a mistake I made in the initial upload, I've had to re-upload it. That means that in my opinion, not so many people got to see it, even though from my point of view, it's a good one. There's a lot of elements, you know, tarot, camper van, adventure history. Just really out of my comfort zone. I'm not alone at home. I'm actually, traveling through Scotland and actually visiting Aleister Crowley's old residence. So that is Boleskine House, in case you didn't know. And I read tarot there to see what came up. It was really interesting and so much fun. So let me know how you find that video, and of course, comment on this one. What would you do differently? What would you add? That's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.